Hi guys, I thought I'd make a quick video of the spotlights that I just fitted to my GS. The reason for making the video is that when I started researching this, I found loads of information on YouTube and it was really useful, but there was a lot of information missing and bits and pieces that I struggled with. So I'm hopefully going to fill in just a couple of gaps. So first of all, what spotlights did I fit? I fitted these little babies here, which I bought on eBay for about £40, £42, something like that. That I believe they're copies of the old BMW ones. I say the old BMW ones because I think now BMW call their lights nano lights, their little spotlights, and they're just a bit smaller than this. But I really like the look of these. I've always liked those type of lights, as opposed to, you know, everybody seems to be fitting the Denalis at the moment, those D4s, which, you know, I'm sure are a very good product, but I just like the look of these. I like you know, I think they look like something out of Thunderbirds. But and then the next big struggle was how to mount them, and this is where you know, I really struggled on eBay and things. There are lots of different mounts that you can buy. Most of them seem to be with, if you've got bars, you know, so if you've got crash bars, they do metal ones, etc. But these ones are BMW. That's a BMW bracket. Now, you can, if you look on eBay, you'll see those plastic brackets. This is just plastic, but it matches, of course, this plastic. Those brackets are all over eBay. For £30, £36, that sort of thing, from Hong Kong, but they all say they don't fit a 1250, and this is the bit I struggled with. You know, what's the difference? And I never really did get to the bottom of the difference, other than if I just flick around here, there is the part number of that bracket, and that is a different part number from the one that you'll find on eBay, apparently. And they changed this for the 2017 and 2018 1200 LC, liquid cooled, and then for the GS. So that bracket, that part number there, is the correct one for, well, obviously it's correct because it fitted. That's for a 1250, and I think also for a 17 and 18 1200. So, and it fits really nice, obviously, and then I went for the light. And again, when you go on eBay and you put in model compatibility, it says that you cannot fit these to a 1250 GS. Well, I don't know why, because they fit perfectly. So I don't really get that. But all the LEDs sold on eBay, none of them seem to say that they fit a 1250. So I just went ahead and bought them. And as you can see, well, I think they fit really well. They also, incidentally, here's the box they came in. They also came with these guards. I mean, don't really know what you want those for. I'm not going over a quarry or anything. And I suppose if you're off-road and your mates are in front of you throwing up stones, but I thought they were a bit severe. And it also comes with these brackets as well, so that you could, they're a bit cheapy actually, a bit plasticky, but whatever. The light, anyway, you could put those on a crash bar, but of course I didn't need those because I've just gone straight in. There. And you see the little hex head there, not hex head, Torx head, because when you buy the bracket, when you buy this bracket from BMW, you get this Torx head with it, so you can bin the one that came in the box with the lights and actually use a Torx to match everything else. So then, of course, you've got to wire it in. Not particularly easy, but not too bad. There was a bit of soldering involved. I've always been a bit frightened of soldering. I've never really had any success, but again, a quick look at YouTube showed me, you know, what I was doing wrong. I was always soldering wires together like I was plumbing, like I heated the solder up, but according to YouTube, you don't do that, you heat the wire up. So I gave that a go, and well, rather successfully managed to solder all these wires together. I know it's not a difficult task, but if you've never done it before, it is quite difficult. So I did that, so I joined them all up. They've got waterproof plugs, joined them up. Not easy routing the cables. To route the cables, I did the full strip down. How did I know about that? I used Nick Hodge's video. If you search Nick Hodge BMW on YouTube, you'll come up with his video fitting lights, and it's an excellent video if you've got one of these bikes. He shows you how to strip everything down. All these panels, he show you how to take them all off, the right order. The only thing that I'd add, if you've got an HP model like this, he says there's 2 screws at the front here. There's a third one. There's a third one because of this beak, which of course he doesn't have on his model. But other than that, all pretty straightforward. Once you get it all stripped out, you've then got to lead the wires through. And that's a little bit difficult getting them under the airbox. And then I had a friend of mine came round and he lifted the tank up, and I held him under the tank. He held the tank up. I led them under the tank, and you can see that red wire is one of my lights, heat shrinked. It's actually tied to a black one, which you can hardly see. And then up towards the back. Interesting enough, what none of the videos seem to show is all these boys fit these lights together and the Hex EZcan, which I'll talk about in a moment, without taking off all this back. Well, I'd have struggled without doing that. So I took the top box off, I took this frame off, that's held by 4 bolts, and then these 4 bolts here, the 1, 2 and 3 and 4, took all those off, and it allows you, it exposes all this very easily, and then you can put all the wires underneath this bit here. I don't know how they managed to feed wires underneath all this lot without taking this off. I don't know how they do it, but anyway. So I did all that, and then you can just see there's the braided Hex wire there going down there underneath there. That was a bit of fun and games getting that underneath there as well, but anyway, it does go, and then hooked straight onto the battery. And then there is my, whatever it's called, the RDC sensor, for the tire pressures, and there's my Hex EZcan, just sits in there. Actually, that's not. Oh, something I did to the Hex as well. You can probably just see. No, you can't see. At the end of the Hex EZcan, I've got it covered in blue or whatever, doesn't matter what colour it is, insulation tape, because somebody I read on YouTube, he said that it had done a car wash and got water in the back of it, even though it got the little rubber plug in it. Fun and games when you first put the Hex on, because you plug the Hex into the computer, you've got your laptop here, you're miles from the house, and of course the Hex can only work when it's plugged into the laptop, and what's the first thing it says? Can't go any further till you update me. Well, of course you've got no Wi-Fi out in the barn, have you? So, and you're scratching around with hotspots and everything. But anyway, sorted that out and was delighted to find that Hex have now added, this is the Generation 1 Hex, just the simple basic one, which I got from Nippy Norman's. It's £40 cheaper than the other one, and they've now upgraded it and added modulation to it. So what that means is that the lights dim on the, depending on how bright the ambient light is outside, it hooks into the BMW. But other than that, all pretty straightforward, really. If I had to criticise all the setup, if I had to pick holes in it, the one thing I'd really like is, I love having no switches, for the lights. So you just literally press the indicator cancel button and the spotlights come on. But by the way, I should say that those spotlights did come with a switch and a relay, and I could have just wired them straight into the battery. But then, of course, you don't get all the cool stuff like the strobing on the horn and the strobe to pass, and also you end up with a horrible manky aftermarket switch, which I didn't like. But when you press this and it turns the lights on, what you don't get is any indication on the dash that the lights are on. That would be nice. It would be nice to have that. But anyway, but that's it. Anyway, I hope that's useful. Goodness me, I've chatted away for nearly 10 minutes here, but I hope that's useful. Any questions, I'll happily try and answer them. Okay, cheers, bye.